No betting team will bet on a league like this because they tell you it's a fix. So those are the things that we need to be very careful to make sure that things are going. But we're back, and I think that's what's important. And we've got the structures right. And don't forget that we also have a big challenge. We are the only private sector team, or privately owned team around, and it's a different model for us. We don't have government, we don't have subventions and all those things. So we need to be able to make money from our gate takings, however modest, and also the sponsorship from 1960bet, which has been fantastic in helping our branding. But we've put our branding together, and we believe we've done a lot of sales from our replica jerseys, and I think we're donating 50 jerseys to Channel Sports.
Wow. You have made us also passport supporters now.
So you guys deserve it. So
what we'll do is we'll make sure we give some of it as well to those who are watching. So if you are a Stores fan, Super Stores fan, all you need to do to win one of those replica jerseys is tweet at us tonight and ask your questions as well, so that we can throw your questions at the chairman of Stationery Stores FC. I want to ask you, before Dumnodi, I know he's itching to ask a few questions as well. How overwhelming was it for you? For about 20 years, Stores was off the radar. Your first season, you are back. You have, the shared sponsorship that you have, some Premier League clubs do not even have that kind of endorsement. The fans, 20 years after, are filling the stands. How overwhelming was it for you, all of this?
It has been not only overwhelming, but it's been humbling. It's really humbled me. Stationery Stores is a club that is about 63 years old now, was formed in 1950. So there's a lot of brand history, there's a lot of renaissance, there's a lot of nostalgia. So you find that we have connected with a lot of the older people. And more importantly, what has really impressed me was the younger people who has heard about this club, and that is why our replica jerseys are doing very well. We're doing very good sales with the replica jerseys. And a lot of young people, they see it. What is this? We've heard about this. My dad used to say this. My uncle used to say this. Some of the younger people, oh yeah, they used to take me to the stadium when I was young, but all of a sudden it kind of disappeared. So it has not only been overwhelming, but it has been a very, very humbling experience, because people from all hooks and crannies have come out, especially you could see with the ICC game. That game has been the highest attendant at about 18,000 people of any local football competition in Nigeria this season. And we intend to build on that. So it has not only been overwhelming, but extremely humbling. And we need to make sure that a lot of people are very excited about this, and we need to put the right structures in place to ensure that next season we come out and begin to deliver the level and the quality of football that people expect from a Stationery Stores.
But you can have the floor while I look for questions
But you
from Twitter.
mentioned putting structures in place and the fans' attendance at Stationery Stores. What are you doing to ensure that the fans of Stationery Stores are popularly orientated and they are being told what is expected of a fan, even if they lose a game?
Well, thank you very much for that question. And I believe we've lost the game at Onikon Stadium this season, and the world did not end. What we have done is that we have a very young group of dynamic young gentlemen led by Mr. Shola Rogers and Mr. Adebajo Akonde. These gentlemen are not only the future of the club, but they have been very active not only on social media, but they have also rallied the supporters group together. So during each game, we have already organized all the supporters within each group. So all the supporters are accredited within a zone. And within each zone, each one of them at the point in match, they contribute about 4 stewards each. So at each match, you have stewards who are properly uniformed, and some of them are plain clothes also. So there's interaction. So if there's anything that happens, these gentlemen have put in that structure on their own, mind you, out of interest. And we have just given them the corporate support to ensure that these are our representatives. And they've done a very good job, those two gentlemen, in managing the crowds and the stewards. And people now see that we've been able to attract families. People come to the stadium with their children, And we're telling them that people who even come in with their children, we let them in free. If you come in as a family, you come in free and we give you exclusive seating. But our popular supporters in Fire 2 and all that, I think they have come to the fold. They have seen what has happened, and
you still call it Fire 2?
Happy. Yes. Yes.
Fire 2. I mean, if people are asking questions here, let me start with this one. Doyin Kasumu says, what strategies are in place to making sure that stationery stores return to the Premier League? Let me just put a few questions together. Emmanuel E. Iwora, I mean, is commending you. He says, wow, I can't believe Super Stationery Stores is back. My dad told me how it was in the 80s. The chairman looks smart. Wale or Shoshikpe says, nice to know that Stationery Stores is back. Wish you guys all the best and good luck. Stores for life. And Kolawole Oshibodu says, please ask Tilewa Adebajo why Stores matches are not played at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Why are you playing at the Onikon Stadium? Maybe he doesn't like the way Onikon looks. But Onikon is the traditional home of Stationery Stores anyway.
Well, you see, I'm very happy about that feedback, and I think what you need to see is that a lot of younger people who already have been supporting teams in a virtual mode, they're supporting Chelsea, Man U, virtually on cable television. All of a sudden, you now have a team, and this is a jersey. So a lot of them understand the fan followership. So that Nigerian hip-hop generation who are used to that hip-hop crowd, I understand the issues of going to venues. So, but unfortunately, our venues have not yet caught up with that level, because when there's a big concert with this big Nigerian hip-hop artist, it's an event. They go there, they take out their girlfriends, there's drinks, and it's a big, and we need to turn the stadium into that experience. The stadium experience needs to change significantly to catch up with where the Nigerian hip-hop artists are. So that if we're having a game, not only do we have hip-hop artists opening, halftime entertainment, it's a package. So we're not there yet, and I think that by the time we get there, then we should start moving to Onikon Stadium. Onikon Stadium needs an overhaul. And I think that part of the discussions we want to have with the Lagos State government is how to turn that arena into something that is modern. And if they can concession it to us, then we can finance the expansion of that stadium and bring it up to standard. So that is what this new generation is yearning for. They want to go out there and have fun. So that is one of the. So if we go to Teslim, we can't start at Teslim. But hopefully, by the time we get to the Premiership, and if there's no Premiership club in Lagos, then we can hit Teslim Balogun. We have the key structures in place, the right sponsorship, and all those sort of things. Then we have a team. Right now, we don't yet have what we'll call the Superstores team. It's still
put together.
Yes, so it's still work in progress. So when we have a team that can compete at that level, then I think we'll move into the Premiership, and then we can start looking at Teslim Balogun, and then, as you said, reorienting, because there's a younger generation that we need to bring into the fold, and I think that's what we're planning to do as we speak.
After staying off for about 20 years and coming back, have you noticed any change in club football in Nigeria, and what changes would you want to see? The future. I mean, before you left in the 90s, we had a lot of private clubs coming. Right now, private clubs are a rarity. In Nigerian football. Does that scare you in any way as well?
Yes, it scares me because I'm alone. If you
but
see,
you are lucky in Lagos because you have the CODs, you have the MFM, First Bank, who are not really government-run clubs.
Yes, they're not government-run clubs, but these are clubs with deep pockets who are running this from their corporations, or they're using it for their corporate social responsibility. I don't have a big company behind me. If I didn't have my 1960bet sponsorship, I cannot be playing football today. There's no way I'm going to do it. Either that or I fund that by myself, and that's virtually impossible. The issue for me is not even that they're government clubs, because I'm a lone ranger. The reason why I made a determination to come back, really, and I decided, okay, let's go for it, and I was able to convince not only my board and my other directors that, look, this is the time to go. And I said, why? There's a gentleman by the name of Unduka Irabo,
Okay, that's the chairman of the League Management
Company. And when he unfolded his plans